and will be giving us a sense of the voter turnout time and again through today. In fact, here's a quick word coming in from key contestants and India Inc. who have stepped out in large numbers to vote.
हर इलेक्शन एक टक्कर ही है. नथिंग इज इजी एंड आई थिंक हर इलेक्शन में चुनौती है और मैंने कभी अपने बारे में प्रिडिक्ट नहीं किया कि क्या होने वाला है. मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि ये लोगों के ऊपर निर्भर है एंड पीपल विल डिसाइड. आई हैव वर्कड वेरी हार्ड एंड आई हैव रिसीव्ड गुड रिस्पॉन्स ड्यूरिंग माई कैंपेन. मुंबई में बहुत एक्टिविज्म है, बहुत आई थिंक अवेयरनेस है, लेकिन जब वोट देने का टाइम आता है बहुत कम लोग वोट निकलते हैं. तो हमें थोड़ी सी, अगर वोटिंग सबसे बड़ी एक्टिविज्म होती है मेरे हिसाब से. अगर आपको चाहते हैं कि आपके जो कंप्लेंट्स हैं एड्रेस्ड एंड थिंग्स मूव अहेड इन द डायरेक्शन यू वांट, एंड आई थिंक यू हैव टू एक्सरसाइज द राइट टू वोट. दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स.
We need good candidates in parliament. We need good parliamentarians, people who understand the issues and who are willing to sit with each other and discuss things. At the moment, our parliament is not functioning the way it should. I mean, they've functioned for very few days, they've passed very few bills, and even the 359 days out of 5 years that they actually met, half that time was wasted with pepper sprays and breaking of mics and things like that, which is completely unacceptable. So my message to the people who are voting is please vote for the right person.
I firmly believe that I am fighting to this election to protect the social and economic diversity of a place like South Mumbai.
There's a 10-year of anti-incumbency that you're facing here, sir. So I ask you the question, how difficult is it for you this time?
Look, I don't want to say how difficult or easy it is. It's always a challenge. Elections are always challenging. They're always interesting. But as I said, I'm fighting this election to protect the social and economic diversity of South Mumbai. And I believe that none of my opponents can represent that social and economic diversity.
Will the Sena and the MNS, both of us fielding their candidates almost against each other here in this constituency, will that be a saving grace for Milindera, or do you think so?
I don't know. I don't know who's fielding who on what reason. As I said, I've told you before that there are 19 candidates fighting against me. So there's everyone who, from the serious to the frivolous. I treat all of them seriously. I respect them. And I wish each of my opponents the very best.
How confident are you, Mr. Dora?
I'm satisfied with the way we've campaigned. I'm satisfied with the response we've received from the public. I am excited and encouraged by the fact that different trading communities, people from Mr. Deepak Parekh,
who could not vote here,
who unfortunately could not vote, to important traders, to the diamond merchants, to the metal and stainless steel merchants, to leaders from the bullion exchange in South Mumbai. Various leaders.
The 2014 is a critical year because we have had 5 years of government and we have achieved a number of things. We have a number of issues at the same time, and going forward I think we need to really look at stability, development, progress, investor confidence, all these issues. At the same time we need to look at education, infrastructure in this country, whether it is water, whether it is power, inclusiveness. There are a number of things that need to be addressed. So election 2014 is about pushing all this agenda forward.
But as a citizen of Mumbai, what do you think are the key issues really plaguing the city?
See, Mumbai's fundamental issue is infrastructure. I think Mumbai has a huge potential. It has got the potential to be a real financial hub from a global perspective. It has a lot of talent, a lot of entrepreneurs. So we just need to create the vibrancy that we have. We need to leverage that. That can be done only if we put in the necessary infrastructure and also the ecosystem that is required to be able to push forward. It's about realizing all the potential that we have.
We should get growth and respect back, confidence in the country, investment should start flowing again.
We are looking for a stable government, and obviously, we are voting for a strong India.
Okay, and as far as, like you said, you're voting for a stable government, how hopeful are you that there will be a stable government this time around at least?
I think we are quite hopeful that it will be, and that they will look after the growth requirements of the country.
Okay, and do you think that our macros are quite in much better position than they were last year, and coming ahead, the new government, what kind of challenges do you think initially they will face?
They'll have a lot of challenges, there's no doubt about it, because there's the weight of expectations. And also I think for the last 2 years we've been seeing the downturn. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of expectations from them. I think that's the biggest challenge, to manage expectations.
Okay, but the first two challenges when it comes to growth, what would those be?
First, it's very difficult to prioritize which should be the first two. But I think the first message that needs to come across is that, people are trying to do things in order to bring about better control of inflation. Inflation, I think, is really eating into the strength, the core of the country. So you need somebody who will understand what are the linkages, why inflation is such a problem. So take charge of that. And secondly, ensure that there are better decision making, faster decision making. So I think these are the two major areas that I would say that the government needs to look at immediately.
And lastly, ma'am, your message to the Mumbai voters, please encourage them to go out and vote.
Sure, absolutely. Very important to vote, very necessary and very empowering. Please come and vote.
I've thought of social and economic development as the main factor. And I feel if we have a government that pays attention to social and economic development, India's future is great and the potential is very strong. We've had coalition governments for many years. I think it will continue to be a coalition government. But if it's a strong coalition government, I think they can do well. I think some of the perceptions have to be corrected. Some of the tax cases have made foreign investors stay away from India. They should be corrected. Economic reforms like goods and services tax should be brought in, and ease of doing business in India must be improved. It's always been quite poor in India. It's become poorer in the last couple of years. If we can improve the ease of doing business, then I think India's economy can do very well.
In fact, as always, Annambani was the first one to cast his vote in Cuff Parade. Vijay Ganeshan Iyer joins in with a quick update from Cuff Parade as well.